Hi guys, Mark Armbrust here, RC Scale Builder. I know there's been some discussion on the website recently on how to get some pictures uploaded to the site rather than using PhotoBucket. And also how to get text that's readable without typing in all caps. I know that's been a small issue here or there. And also getting some hyperlinks done. So I figured I'd do a post with 3 pictures, a hyperlink, and some easy to read text, and show you how I do it anyhow, right? So the first thing I do is I use my iPhone 6 to take all my pictures. And then I just simply email them to myself. The email comes in, and I use Yahoo for my mail. So it comes in like so, right? I open up the email and I click download all. And it'll take the pictures, throws it into a zip folder that you can find in your downloads. I just open up the zip folder, highlight all 3 pictures, right click, cut, close that, minimize my browser. We'll show you what that is in a second. Come over here, open up the, and go to my pictures, right? You open up my pictures, right click, paste, and it'll throw the 3 pictures in. Now in this instance, I already had these pictures in here, so there they are, 1, 2, 3, right? You could have had a whole screen full of pictures. It makes no difference at this point, right? Even if you've resized them before, makes no difference whatsoever. Now that small photos folder, that's where everything's going to end up when we run them through PhotoRaiser, okay? So anyhow, once they're in there, just close it. Flip over, go to PhotoRaiser. PhotoRaiser opens up, choose folder. It's already going to my pictures. If it's not, you'll have to just browse through and find it. I click open. Now I'm set at 800 pixels and 85% picture quality. I click resize. It could have been 3 pictures that we just did or 200 pictures. Makes no difference. It'll just take longer, right? And then it throws it all into that small pictures folder for me. So now we just close PhotoRaiser. Bang, we're done using PhotoRaiser. Now I use a separate folder here that I've created with links in RC Scale Builder to get to my threads easier, right? So in this instance, we're going to be updating my bomber thread. So I click on it, and here it comes to the last page, my B25 thread, all right? So I already know what the text needs to say, and some of you may have actually seen this post earlier. I had to delete it because I'm going to use it again to make this video because we had a failed attempt at making this video already. So I'm just going to reset up that post. So you may see some subtle changes in my text, but otherwise the pictures are the same, and so on and so forth. So here we are. And I still can't type. And we'll also add a hyperlink to the primer I'm using. All right, and I'll call it an easy peasy button. Okay, so all the text is in. As long as you get the first line of text in before you add the pictures, I find it easier than if you put the pictures in first. Getting that text above the first picture can be troublesome, at least for me. So you could have just, put any letter of the alphabet in there for all I care, just to create a gap for you to go back in and edit later. But as long as you got some text, I find it a little easier. So I come down and I go to where I want the first picture. And then I click upload. Choose file, and it should open up. Okay, yeah, it didn't do this a second ago. So I had to try this again. I scroll down and I find the pictures. Now in this instance, I've just got a lot of stuff in here that I haven't refoldered yet. But here they are. So here's the picture. Okay, I'll upload that one. and then we want to put another picture right below it. But we want a space between the two pictures to make it easier to look at. I know some of you have been posting pics that don't have any space, and on our end of it, the vast majority of us, as some of us have commented, it's hard to see. It's hard for our pea brains, I guess, to make out and decipher. So please just put a little space in there for us. It flows nicer. Okay, so here's the second pic in. Bang. Okay, and then I'll come down. I'm going to go below this next one to where I want the third picture to pop in at. Hit upload one more time, choose folder, come down, find it. Now, usually it's the last three. I need to clean this up, and it'll do that again for me. So anyhow, and there's that one. And then to make that hyperlink, I simply open up another tab and go to whatever it is I want to show you guys how to find on the internet, right? If it's another RC Scale Builder post, whatever it is. In this instance, I'm going to hop over to Amazon so I can show you where to buy primer from, right? So I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to pull up one of my old orders. And yeah, you can see there I was buying fuel cutoffs for my generator since we're down in South Florida. Thank God, no generator needed at the Armbridge residence. We're one of the few that kept power the whole time. So anyhow, here's the primer I buy. This was recommended by the boss, Mike Chilson. Seems to work pretty good for rattle can primer. I'm paying, looks like, what, right now, $32 plus $8 to ship it through Amazon. I usually just buy 2 cases at a time. It helps on the shipping part of that some. And I get it in about a week. Stuff works pretty decent. Is it as good as doing a epoxy-based primer and all that? Absolutely not. Is it easier to use? Sure is. So anyhow, I highlight the web address, right-click, copy, then I just flip back over into my update, right? Now here is how you make this actually function so we all have something you can easily click on that functions. If all you do, here I'll show you how to do it wrong first. If you just come down here and go right-click, paste, that will not work. We can't even copy-paste that and make it work. The way the code works in RC Scale Builder, just simply that does not work. So please don't do that. You're wasting your time and ours, right? Do it this way. Type in, I don't know, easy peasy button, linky, link to this, whatever the heck you want it to say, right? And then highlight it. Then come back up here and hit the little U-turn. Once you hit the U-turn, gives you another little pop-up box. I go right-click, paste, and if you remember, I had copied off the web address, right? Put it in there. Now you have a usable, clickable link, right? That will work. Makes it easy for everybody else to go to the exact spot you're trying to get us to. All right, so now the post is pretty much ready, right? Not necessarily so. It's been discussed. Some people have a hard time reading the standard text. I noticed when I got my new laptop, my monitor shrank. I'm actually up a font size from what I used to be. I used to use font size 2. I use font size 3 now. It's simply because my monitor got smaller. So here's what I do to set up all my text and pictures and everything else. Now, depending on how you like formatting your threads, I know some guys like to center everything. Some like to put a left justify on certain things, whatever. I'll just leave this one left justified, but you can highlight the entire thing just like that. It's that easy. If you're not sure what I did, I held down my left mouse button and just highlighted the entire post, scrolled all the way up. I'm going to click font size 3 and hit the bold button, right? And I know the pictures are highlighted. Don't worry about it. It's not going to affect them. Now, if you wanted to center everything, you can go ahead and hit the center, and that centers everything up too. That makes a nice looking thread, by the way. I've been doing that on the Fokker thread. I have not done it on this one, so I've been leaving everything left justified just to keep the format the same. I don't know, just a little thing I do. Anyhow, once you do that, you'll see everything's bold, everything's font 3. It's easy to see, and it's a heck of a lot easier to read than somebody who types in all caps. When you type in all caps, our brains just don't like that. Okay, it's very hard to read. So I would encourage you just to simply increase your font size and use the bold button. I even do this in emails when I send them to people. I just find it a little easier on our eyes, and that's how I do it. So anyhow, the post looks ready, right? So I scroll down here. Now you can go preview post. I just don't bother. I'll post it in, and we'll let that hit the site. So it's if you're following my B25 thread, you just got the update again, and you're gonna go, hey, it looks just like the other post. Yep, sure does. And when you see my video, once it uploads to YouTube in probably like another 2 hours, you'll understand why. And I'll come down here and I'll test my easy peasy button, right? Bang. Takes us right into Amazon and to a link that works. Okay, makes sense? I'll give you a link to this video both in my thread here, and there's also another spot where I know there was some discussion on this on RC Scale Builder. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.